effort and commitment in bringing us together. I would also like to thank the government of South Africa and the city of Cape Town for hosting this event once again and providing us with excellent opportunity to discuss progress made and challenges and gaps in the African continent's energy sector. I note with keen interest the theme of this session, which is, could we see the Central and East African countries step up to meet the global demand? I believe the answer to that question is simply yes, for many reasons, but I will just share with two reasons which I find very persuasive. First, many countries in the region have made significant progress in promoting and attracting investment into the petroleum sector. For example, Soomaaliya conducted a seismic survey in 2014 and 2016 in its offshore area, resulting in the acquisition of petroleum data that's now available to oil companies that are willing to invest in our petroleum sector. This type of investment encourages oil companies to explore hydrocarbon resources, which might lead to the discovery of oil. If a discovery is made, meeting global demand will simply be a matter of timing. The second reason is that the region is not only focusing on the extraction of oil and gas resources, but are also building infrastructure. Infrastructure required for the commercialization of hydrocarbon resources, such as the East African crude oil pipeline, which will transport oil commodities to the global market. Similarly, Central African countries are also building their own pipeline from Chad, which will facilitate the flow of oil and gas to the international market through the Atlantic Ocean. This is a strong signal that the countries in this region are determined to pour to the flow of oil commodity to the international market. However, there are some unresolved challenges that the continent faces with respect to accessibility to finance, and we believe that an African Energy Bank will fill in that gap by securing needed finance to build Africa's infrastructure to enable the flow of oil commodity to the international markets. Having said that, the rest of my speech will focus on the significant progress that we have made in Somalia's petroleum sector in the context of stepping up to meet global demand of oil and gas. It's no secret that Somalia is a nation rich in hydrocarbon, with geological structures indicating oil potentials at least as significant as that in neighboring basins located in Seychelles, Madagascar, Kenya, Tanzania, and Mozambique. Somalia could become one of the most significant oil producers in offshore East Africa. But as we all know, that is only part of the big picture, though a fundamental one. The government of Somalia has worked hard to develop an equitable and transparent legal framework for the governance of our petroleum sector. The legal framework is designed to promote the greater interests of Somalia and its people, while still ensuring that we are attractive and highly competitive internationally to bring the necessary investment, by delivering returns that are consistent with the risks and rewards for developing our offshore industry. One of the most important legal documents is our petroleum sector. In our petroleum sector, is apart from the petroleum law itself, is the agreement of the ownership, management, and revenue sharing of the petroleum and mineral resources between the federal member states and the federal government of Somalia. We believe that this agreement is vital for the development of petroleum resources, as it accommodates all the relevant stakeholders in the country and reduces resource-based conflict in Somalia. The agreement provides mechanisms for sharing petroleum and mineral revenues and lays down a solid foundation for the management of revenues. This contributes to the political stability of the country, which is critical for the creation of enabling environment for investment. In addition to that, the government of Somalia has taken steps to improve the security of Somalia by mobilizing local communities in the fight against Al-Shabaab. In the last few days, the communities, along with the Somali National Army, have wiped out Al-Shabaab from many parts of Somalia and are scattered only a few enclaves in the country. The development of our hydrocarbon sector is extremely important to fulfill the aspirations of Somali people in delivering enhanced stability and socio-economic development. Our population is young, with over 70% under the age of 30, yet the unemployment rate for youth in Somalia is among the highest in the world. The current government of Somalia, under the leadership of His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, is committed to develop Somalia's energy sector for the benefit of all. And most importantly, to create employment opportunity to our youth with the final goal of improving their lives. This will only happen if we ensure an attractive regulatory and fiscal framework for our international partners. It's also vital that we avoid resource curse by managing our resources smartly, sustainably, and responsibly. Therefore, we will continue to work to ensure the success of this ambitious project to transform our people's lives. On a final note, Somalia offers great accessibility to the global market given its geostrategic location in the world and in the region. Oil produced from offshore of Somalia can easily be transported to the world markets, and this is an additional factor to consider in investing in Somalia's petroleum sector. Somalia also has a vibrant private sector with a strong entrepreneurship skills, which can work hand in hand with international investors. I would like to conclude my speech that Somalia welcomes oil companies that are willing to invest in our energy sector. With that, I wanted to assure you that Somalia offers you increased stability and commitment in forging long-term partnership, which is built on attractive fiscal framework and regulatory stability. I want to thank you all.
bishaaro shirkadda isgaarsiinta Somtel oo soo kordhisay adeega kaafiya plus kaasoo aad ka heli kartid $0.5 ilaa iyo $50. haddaba macaamiil ku shuba $0 oo hel 1.5 GB oo ay la socoto 70 daqiiqo iyo 50 fariin qoraaleed ku shuba $1 oo hel 3 GB oo ay la socoto 140 daqiiqo iyo 50 fariin qoraaleed sidoo kale macaamiil ku shuba $2 oo hel 6 GB oo ay la socoto 280 daqiiqo iyo 100 fariin qoraaleed ku shuba $5 oo hel 10 GB iyo bar oo ay la socoto 600 daqiiqo iyo 200 fariin qoraaleed sidoo kale macaamiil ku shubo $10 oo hel 30 GB oo ay la socoto 1200 daqiiqo iyo 300 fariin qoraaleed ku shubo $20 oo hel 70 GB oo ay la socoto 2400 oo daqiiqo iyo 300 SMS sidoo kale macaamiil ku shubo $50 oo hel 150 GB oo ay la socoto 6000 oo daqiiqo iyo 300 SMS adeega kaafiye plus waxaad ugu shuban kartaa idahab xidig 1 4 gees airtime xidig 200 4 gees reseller xidig 300 4 gees shirkadda isgaarsiinta Somtel oo aad ka heli karto internet qiimo jaban tayo sare leh misna la isku haleyn karo